That's my shit. Guten Tag. That's German, I think. Anyway, so last video I said it would be a little bit. It actually really wasn't a little bit. It wasn't that long. I'm impetuous apparently when it comes to comics. Couldn't help myself. So welcome to Comic Talk, episode 3. I am thine host, Josh Nealis. That was not German. I don't know your in German. Sprechen thine Nielsen. Whatever. Stop messing around. Uh, which never happens, but I'm going to try. Bought some more comics on the eBay. I think I got a pretty good deal on them. I'm going to try to remember how much I paid. So we'll see how that goes. Also, I did a signing yesterday at this comic book store, and lucky for me, but bad for me, I forgot my master list of all the comics that I want. So I was able to remember some of them off the list, and I wasn't trying to spend a lot of money yesterday anyway. I ended up spending like $16 because they were also having a sale for the Halloween Comic Fest. So everything, not everything, but this particular like back issues were like half off. So I did pretty good. I found a bunch of them that I kind of wanted. And none of them are really worth that much, obviously. If I'm getting them, if I bought a bunch of them for $16, they're not worth much. But they're first appearances and first issues and stuff like that. So I'll go through those too. So I think the first four I'm going to show you are ones where they have shows or movies coming out, as I normally talk about. So the first one, there's a teaser at the end of X-Men Apocalypse where Essex Corporation is mentioned, or it's written on something, I can't remember. But anyway, so Nathaniel Essex is Mr. Sinister. They're getting ready to do the Dark Phoenix movie, and if I recall, I don't remember him having much to do with that storyline, but since when is Fox giving a shit about continuity, or Kanan, or any of that shit for matter? So the first one is the Uncanny XMen 221. Wapow, looks like that. There's a sticker on it, $10 plus shipping, so whatever that was. I was wary of this one when I bought it because the pictures that were on the ad or whatever the hell you want to call it, where I bought it off eBay, you really couldn't tell. It's not in bad shape. Corner down here, but yeah. So Uncanny X-Men 221, first appearance, Mr. Sinister. Pick that one up. He's also like one of the major villains that has not been in the movies yet, and especially if they're going to focus on Scott and Jean a little bit. They're not on to Wolverine anymore. They're on to Scott and Jean. So I don't know how Mr. Sinister does not come into play. That was that one. This happened a few months ago. Todd McFarlane, and I think you already know what I'm talking about by just mentioning that name. I got this for $15. I saw it. Where else? I think I saw it at the comic book shop for 20 or 30 or something like that. But I got this one off eBay. This is a really good copy, actually. This one looks as mint as you could hope for. Spawn #1. I think we all know what that one looks like. Spawn's pretty cool. He's got a new movie coming out. And I saw an interview the other day with Mr. McFarlane that said it's going to be a little scarier than the 90s one. And I know what you're thinking, the 90s one. Screw you. I liked it. I mean, it's not great. Come on. I'm not going to say that. But it was fine, Freaking John Leguizamo was sweet. Back on to the whole Scott and Jean, Dark Phoenix thingy. X-Men 104. First appearance of Corsair, who, as we should know, is Cyclops and Havoc's dad, and then there's this other dude that I've actually never seen anything about, who's also their brother. Corsair, leader of the Starjammers. I think X-Men 107 is first appearance of Starjammers, but this is first appearance of Corsair. I think I got this for 30, if I remember correctly. It doesn't look too bad, really. It looks pretty good. So that's a good price on that. Okay, two more from this batch, then I'll switch over to the batch of really cheap ones that I got yesterday. HBO is doing a Watchmen series. We've all probably seen the movie. The movie was fine. A lot of people didn't like it, thought it was slow. I agree with that, but it was okay. I think the second watch, you're like, okay, I get it. So anyway, Watchmen. When I first heard the news break, sorry, I was about to show you and then I switched gears. When I first heard the news break, I think I looked and I saw Watchmen 1 for like 20 bucks graded. And I don't remember the grade on it. I should have bought it that day. But the price seems to already be jumping up a little bit. Last I heard, HBO ordered the pilot, and now they've already ordered like the full season, from what I know. Don't quote me on anything I say on here because it's all just what I've heard. So anyway, I picked up Watchmen #1, graded. It's an 8.5. Okay. So, first appearance, Rorschach, Ozymandias, whatever, however the hell you say that. Dr. Manhattan, Silk Spectre, Night Owl, Death of Comedian. You've seen the movie. Other than that, Ozymandias, that might be the villain guy. I'm not really sure. I'm not a huge Watchmen fan. I may flip this book if the price does go up on it, like it probably will. I bandwagoned on this one. So if you're judging me, fuck you. Whatever. I admit it, so that makes it okay, right? So those are the four that have movies, shows coming out. This next one, if you've watched the other two videos, you're like, this dude buys a lot of Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man. Secret Wars #8. Everybody talks about first appearance of the Black Suit. I guess it was in a bunch of other books here and there, whatever. But this is origin of the alien symbiote. Eventually becomes Venom. That's what CGC wrote on this. 9.4. I like the cover. Full-on black Spider-Man. I got this for $100. And so I went on eBay. I looked for this book. I sifted through 5 or 7 pages of graded ones. And I found the best value. $100 for a 9.4 I thought was a good price, because if you think about when you buy the book and then you send it in to get graded, you're probably looking at right about there anyway, right? So, sweet, I think. So that's the first batch, as I itch my nose. Trying to see how this looks. I moved the camera, in case you didn't notice. The camera used to be here on the computer, and then I remembered that this is not connected to the computer, so I can move the camera wherever the hell I want. So I did. Fancy. You can see these are my albums from my former band, Until Forever. Quick plug. You can download them for free on our Facebook, which is connected to our Reverb Nation. We're no longer a band, but our shit's legit if you like heavy metal. And you can get it for free. Anyway, these are the ones I bought yesterday for half price. This one, you never know. There's a lot of Image comics in here. Oh, let me rephrase that. There's 2 Image comics in here. But anyway, Wildcats. If you remember the cartoon show that had a very short run in the 90s, very X-Men-like. Grifter was the one I remember the most from it. I remember liking that character. Kind of, between him and Gambit, I kind of ripped off them a little bit when I did Stingray. So sue me. Wildcats #1 looks like this. Whoop-pow, that's Grifter over here. I'm going to read this one. And I may buy them all, because I remember liking that show quite a bit. I thought it was pretty sweet. I've been trying to get the show on eBay, or not eBay, but Amazon. It's either expensive or they don't have it, or both. I can't remember. Another Image comic. This had a show as well. I think it was on MTV, like when they were doing the oddities. I don't remember if this was one of the oddities or if this was its own show. The oddities had to do with the alien in his head. Um, the Max one. I'm also going to read this one too. I remember liking the show. I thought it was pretty sweet. So when I saw this yesterday, I was like, I'll snag that. They might do that again. You never know. The next one, DC. Very rare for me. Uh, there's this company I follow on Instagram, and they've been putting this book up and selling it for, I mean, it's graded. They have like a 9.6 or 9.8 they're selling. I don't remember what they were asking. They were asking like 200 for it or something. Like, they got to make money, I suppose. Batman and Robin Reborn. Batman Reborn, Batman and Robin. Number one. Looks like this here. And I am told that this is the first time Damian Wayne is Robin. I'm sure he was in the books before this, but this is the first time he becomes Robin. I got it. It's marked $7, so I got it for $3.50. Fuck it. That's what I said. Here's another one that was on my list. Missed it by one. So New Mutants 98 would be the Deadpool. This is New Mutants 99. I look like this. And this is first appearance of Shatterstar and Feral, who is not Wolfsbane. I keep getting those two characters mixed up. I think if you know who they are, you will understand why. I almost want to say that I owned this book as a kid, and now it is gone. But I have it again. It's marked $4. I got it for two. First, it's first appearance of two characters that some people like. Actually, there was a guy yesterday that was showing me pictures of a Shatterstar action figure that he had that he really liked. And then after he left, I came across this book, and I was like, I guess I'll buy it. I would have maybe offered it to him, but he had already left. $2 for a first appearance of two characters. If they show up in a movie one day, I probably instantly made my money back, plus some. First video I did of Comic Talk, I showed you Gambit number, or sorry, not Gambit number one, X-Men 266, first appearance of Gambit. I heard again that they're trying to do the movie again. We've been over this. I want them to do a movie, just not with Channing Tatum. I'm sure he's a nice fella, but him and Vin Diesel they could get together and see who can act worse. I really don't know who would win that. If there were a paper bag, they would both be stuck in it forever. Although Chronicles of Riddick was sweet. So I bought this one for also $2. Gambit and the Externals, number one. If they're doing a Gambit movie and it's successful, you never know. They might do this later. Who knows? It's a number one. I'm always told that if you see a number one, pick it up. Then all day you'll have good luck. I guess. I think that covers everything. Facebook.com/Cutthroat Comics. Instagram Cutthroat_Comics. Snapping chats. And the Twitters. And our website is cutthroatcomics.com, where you can pick up this snazzy shirt, also in blue. Tagless, breathable, sexy. Have a good day.